What is up, everybody? We are back in the building. I've been here all morning getting this audio together. Please bless your boy by giving me a 1 in the comments if the sound is good. The sound should be immaculate. I literally overnighted a brand spanking new audio interface just to give you the best sound possible. The one I had, I actually bought it from someone, should have never done that. So I got one that's brand spanking new, a technologically advanced one. And this was said to, they told me this would give me the sound that I needed. And I hope you guys are getting the sound that you like. I felt really bad about yesterday's stream, so much so that I actually deleted the stream. Had a lot of static, a lot of clicking, a lot of buzzing, and I just hate, like, I want to give you guys your, like, I want to make this a pleasant experience. I want to make it worth your time. Guys, I'm still battling with my voice. Don't mind me sipping on a little tea. Sipping on a little tea as I'm giving the tea, right? So, black folks is mad again. Y'all done went and riled up the blacks. I'm black, but I'm not tripping. But there is a segment of Black American society that is up in arms still about Target abandoning their DEI initiative, and as a product of that abandonment, they are dropping black products from Target shelves nationwide. They're getting rid of a lot of the things that they were carrying, not because they were good items, not because they were selling really well and bringing Target profit, but they were selling these things merely because of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Could you imagine being forced to sell something that doesn't sell? Being forced to give shelf space to something that is not in high demand? Not all because, or all in the name of making someone else feel equal? That to me is absolutely crazy. But to enough African American people, that's totally normal. People aren't failing to buy our stuff because it's not in demand and maybe it's not as good as something else they could buy or another option they have. They're not buying our stuff because they are racist. Imagine living your life like that. Imagine walking around every day entertaining nonsense like that. It has to be exhausting. I'm going to play a quick video before we really get into the meat of this. This is, I believe, the CEO of a card company called Like You Cards. Her products were recently dropped from Target shelves nationwide in an effort to eliminate DEI wasteful merchandising of basically low demand products. And she is not happy. And I understand why she is not happy, because now she will have to actually do work to get her products on the shelves at a national chain department stores. And she didn't want to do that. Why should I do the work when the government can do the work for me by forcing corporations to sell my products?
Who had contracts that were dropped.
Hold on. I want to get man, I hate freaking. This is Facebook, guys. This stuff gets on my nerves. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's see if she comes back up. Okay, there we go.
who used to sell at Target. Don't go there. They dropped us. They dropped us along with a bunch of other Black vendors without a lot of notice. We have 20,000 units in our warehouse now that we're trying to sell on our website, www.likeyoucards.com. There are tons of other creators of color who had contracts that were dropped. So yeah, support people, small businesses via their websites, not Target.
Let's put up the picture full mass. This is one of those moments where there's an opportunity, even when someone, or in this case, some company, tries to take opportunity away. Earlier this week, TikTok user Kiara Imani took to the platform to urge her followers to not shop at Target after the retail giant dropped its contract with Like You Cards, a conversation starter card game for parents, kids, and friends. She said Like You Cards was among several Black vendors that Target pulled from its shelves. So reports of Target dropping several Black vendors comes after the retailer said on the 24th of January that it would end DEI initiatives this year, including a program to support Black-owned businesses that it adopted following the 2020 murder of George Floyd by a police officer in Minneapolis. Target joined Walmart, Amazon.com, and several other prominent companies to scale back such initiatives, which have been attacked by many conservatives, including the current president, Donald Trump. So while some Black entrepreneurs, like Tabitha Brown, have urged customers to keep shopping from small and minority business vendors at Target, many others are directing shoppers to boycott Target over its attack on DEI. There are several ongoing Target boycotts, including a 40-day fast started by my dear friend and guest of this program a few days ago, Dr. Jamal Bryant. Last week, we spoke to Pastor Bryant about the boycott. Here it is.
Target is first and not only. They are first and not last. This generation regrettably doesn't.
Yeah, Jamal Bryant is an idiot. So you see there, these people want you to stop shopping at Target. I don't know why Target is the only retailer that's being targeted. No pun intended. Walmart stopped their DEI initiative, removed Black products from their shelves. Amazon stopped their DEI initiative, removed certain Black products, or no longer gives Black products access or preferential treatment or access to spaces that they didn't earn. But the craziest thing about this whole situation is the boycotts that they are trying to enact as a response to Target ending DEI. Guys, when someone's selling things, when you own a retail chain, you have to sell what people want to buy. Is there anyone in my audience that believes that if these Black-owned products were selling like hotcakes, I'm talking about if they were flying off the shelves, is there anyone in my audience who believes that Target would drop those companies? Target is not, it's not even that Target is dropping the company as much as it's severing the contract with the company because the products are underperforming. That's what's really going on. We're not getting rid of you because we stopped DEI initiatives per se. We're getting rid of you because your products aren't selling that well. And the only reason we didn't cut you before now is because we made a DEI campaign. We launched a DEI campaign that obligated us to shelve products that were Black owned or produced by Black people, whether they sold or not. Now that we're ending that campaign, we need to open this space up on our shelves for products that are actually in demand. The products that our customers, including African Americans, want. So the woman who spoke in the beginning, she is the owner of the Like You card company. Like You is an interactive game, like a family game. And I guess it involves cards. I don't really know what the hell's going on with Like You cards, but it's a game. I'm Black. I don't own no Like You card game. You Black. You don't own no Like You card game. So even though the Like You card game was Black owned, nobody, including Black people, bought it. Now I could see if every Black person was like, yeah, I bought that game just to support the system. Then I could say, okay, Target, well, at least Black people wanted to buy it. You know, we going and we buying it off the shelf. Nobody bought that crap. So is it wrong for Target to then remove it from the shelf so they can replace it with something people actually do want to buy? I just don't see anything wrong with that. But the worst part of this whole entire situation is that you have African Americans now calling for African American people to boycott stores that cut product distribution contracts with them. Any store that decides not to sell a product that is Black produced, those Black companies want you to not shop there. That's what the lady said at the beginning. She said, yeah, Target, don't shop there. So I got to give up all the great things that I find, and these are on backwards. So I got to give up all the great things that I find at Target, which is behind Costco, one of my favorite stores to go to, because Target no longer wants to sell your crap because nobody wants to buy it. That's crazy to me. That is absolutely diabolical to me. But it so accurately displays the attitude of most African American people. I'm not getting my way, so we all gotta lose. Can she tell me what sacrifice she's gonna make for me? Can Jamal Bryant tell me what sacrifice he's gonna make for me? Bro won't even give you a front seat at his church on the strength, because we brothers. But they want you to inconvenience yourself. They want you to make a sacrifice. They want you to do without, because Target doesn't want to sell their product. But that's not all. Now you have companies that are hesitant to even carry Black produced products that are selling, that are in demand, because they're worried that if the demand for these products ever decreases, Black people will call. If demand for their products ever decreases and they are, forced to remove those products from their shelves or dissolve their contract with that Black-owned company, they're worried that Black people are going to boycott their store. So because of a situation that was created following the death of George Floyd, which I don't know what Target carrying board games has to do with George Floyd dying. I don't know how they made that connection. But because of George Floyd dying, certain companies that should have never had access to spaces like Walmart and Target, well, their shelves at least, they got access. They were granted access in the name of DEI. Now, legitimate companies that are producing products that are in demand, legitimate Black-owned companies that are producing products that are in demand, are now being denied access to those spaces because these jerks are so pissy about their products no longer being carried. They're encouraging African American people to boycott these stores. Now we know we're not gonna do it. Come on now. We wouldn't even boycott H&M, and don't nobody even care about H&M. We know we're not gonna do it. But even saying it is enough to worry the shareholders of these major chains, these major retail chains. So they're taking the business approach. Look, man, let's just cut them off totally, because the minute you dissolve a contract with one of them, because their stuff's not selling, they're going to be screaming for their people to boycott your store. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk, plain and simply put. And I don't fault the corporations from not wanting to take the risk anymore. Who I fault is African Americans. Because those people had their products removed, right? But you can sell your products online. You can make a website and pour money into marketing your product. You could do better in sales than you did when you had the contract with Target or Walmart or Amazon if you invest into your product. If you really believe in it, you could do better. But what I'll tell you is a lot of Black-owned products are not really that good. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. A lot of Black-owned products are white label products. If you don't know what that means, that's where somebody makes the product and you just put your label on it. And there's a bunch of different people selling the same product just with a different label on it. I know that from experience. You're not trying to sell the product based on the quality of the product. You're trying to sell the product based on you being Black. Well, even if you do sell it based on you being Black, whose business are you going to get? The few Black people who buy your product and a few white people who feel sorry for you because you're a young Black entrepreneur trying to make it, right? How long will that last? How long will people buy something that they may not need or really want just because they feel sorry for you? That's not the way the markets work. That's not capitalism. And that's not really anything any Black person should want, because you can't hang your hat on it. Black businesses do really well when they provide a good product or a good service. You don't see Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles complaining. You don't see Eminem Soul Food complaining. You don't see Bojangles complaining or Papa Do's. I don't even know if that stuff is Black owned, but you don't hear them complaining. You don't see you don't see any of the Black products that people are buying up off the shelves complaining. They provide a great product or a service, and people buy it. People purchase it. They consume it. Why is it that we always want some type of special treatment? Why is it that we want special treatment, and then the minute someone says, okay, we gave that a try, it didn't work, we tried it your way, it didn't work, then all of a sudden we pissed off and we up in arms and mad at the folks? That remind me of some of these no good folks. You ever let somebody come stay at your house? You ever let somebody come stay at your house and you give them a contract? You say, look, you can stay with me for 3 months. After 3 months, you gotta go. I'm letting you stay here. I know you down on your luck. I know you need some help. You can stay here for 3 months, but you gotta go after 90 days. Then it come time for them to leave, and they start acting funky with you, walking around with their face all balled up, sucking their teeth, farting, acting like it wasn't them and it's only you and them in that room. They just acting funky, as if they're trying to make you feel guilty about making them leave after you made it clear to them that they were not going to be staying with you indefinitely. And then what's worse, once they do finally move out, right? They want to talk about you. They will find anybody willing to listen so they can talk trash on you. And the whole time you're just like, yo, wait a minute. I helped you out. I helped you out. You were sleeping in the car. Then the car broke down and they towed it, and you were sleeping in the cardboard box. You was about to be on the bus stop bench. Your own family wouldn't let you come stay. But out of the kindness of my heart, I let you come stay with me. I dispel your funk for 90 days. Share the bathroom with you. And you and your kids like to pee and miss the toilet and not clean it up. You don't like to shower every day. I just smell your stench. And I never complained. And now the best you can do by me, once you had to leave, is talk bad about me. The best you could do, the only way you could see fit to repay me is to talk bad about me once you left. Guys, it's a story that repeats itself time and time again. That's why a lot of people won't let you come stay with them. They won't let nobody come stay with them. Because we've all either gone through that, or we've heard the horror stories and we don't want to go through it. That's what these black folks is doing to Target. Target didn't have to do DEI. Target didn't have to give you any access to their brand, their shelves. Target didn't have to sell your products. They did that because they wanted to help you. They had they gave a gesture of kindness, understanding, and unity. And it might hurt their business. PP Bob, what's up, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. States with largest share of black business, number one, Washington, D.C. They're down 16%. Are you saying this is negative, like they're down? Or is that just a little mark to separate? But even if it is, even if their shares or their sales are down, all you're doing with the boycott mess, okay, it's a dash, cool. All you're doing with the boycott mess is making sure that these corporations will never help you again, ever. Because they're going to say, look, you try to help them, you give them access, and they end up, and then after the contract ends, or after you decide to go in a different direction, they try to destroy your business. Who wants to help somebody like that? You know that old saying, no good deed goes unpunished? That's what Target is dealing with right now. That's what Target is dealing with right now. A black pastor, Jamal Bryant, he literally just instituted a 40-day boycott of Target. Now, I don't think it'll hurt Target in any way. But do you know that there are 30 other companies that had DEI policies, that instituted DEI initiatives, and they all rolled back the DEI initiatives. So why don't you go after those companies? One of the companies was Amazon. Hell, I ordered something off of Amazon last night. The reason you guys can hear me in this crystal clear audio is because I got a audio interface off of Amazon that was delivered overnight. Then you had AT&T. They had a series of DEI initiatives. They got rid of all of them. And they said they will no longer fund LGBTQ plus events and groups. And they stripped their scholarships that were primarily targeted or aimed at minority groups. They said now their scholarships will be open to all races, to all people despite their ethnicity or race. Bank of America, they had all these diversity hiring goals. They scrapped that. They said we're no longer hiring based on being diverse. They said we're hiring based on talent now. And God bless them for doing that, because that's the only reason you should be hiring somebody. Now, every now and then, if you want to help out one of the bros, you know what I'm saying? I get it. But there's no way you should be tanking your business in an effort to appease some woke mob of African American people. Another company was BlackRock. BlackRock dropped all references to diversity, equity, and inclusion, according to the Wall Street Journal. Boeing, the people who made that horrible space shuttle that couldn't bring those astronauts home, they got rid of its DEI. They got rid of their DEI department entirely. We're done with it. Citigroup, they ended all goals that revolved around diversity. Chipotle, I might give me some Chipotle after I'm done with this live stream because the brother is hungry. They deleted all DEI language from their website. Ooh, I blacked out. Hold on, guys. The woke mob of black people got me. They deleted all references to DEI from their website. Disney will put anything on their movies, but they replaced all references to diversity and inclusion with talent strategy. And they got rid of a website that highlighted diverse employees. Ford, the car manufacturer, they changed the focus of employee resource groups and ended participation in external surveys, such as one measuring the workplace inclusion of LGBTQ plus employees. General Motors did the same thing. Goldman Sachs did the same thing and changed all diversity and inclusion language. Google did the same thing. They got rid of their diversity hiring goals. They removed all references to Black History Month, all references to Women's History Month, and other cultural moments from Google Calendar, although it is said that it began making those changes in mid-2024. McDonald's did the same thing. Lowe's, John Deere, Harley Davidson, Facebook, Meta, Paramount Pictures, PBS, Pepsi, Starbucks, the Smithsonian Institute, Tractor Supply, Victoria's Secrets, and Warner Brothers Discovery. Are you gonna boycott all of those? That's my question to you. I'm just asking you a question. These boycotts are fake. These boycotts are fake. These boycotts are nothing more than targeted takedowns of certain companies. And I would not be surprised to find that at some point, these pastors and these fake activists are demanding a check from these companies to call off the boycott. That's what I believe. I believe Jamal Bryant is trying to fill the space that will soon be vacated by Al Sharpton once the dear old Lord decides to call him home. These are shakedowns. These are shakedowns. And the worst part about it is they're scorched earth shakedowns, because they're shakedowns that are done in a way that burn the landscape, destroys the ability for a black person to go back later on and do business with those companies. They don't even want to carry black products now, even the ones that sell, even the ones that are in demand. They don't want to carry them. They said, we're not going to do this. If every time we take a black product off the shelf, we got to worry about a 40-day, 50-day boycott. We got to worry about having our name and our image and our company tarnished in the news for the next year. It's easier for them to just avoid you altogether. Now, what do you say about that? Do the boycotts seem to be worth it? Do the boycotts do they seem like they're worth it when you run the risk of alienating the entire American economy, making them not want to do business with you? I'm just asking. I bet you there are a lot of black entrepreneurs who are answering with a resounding hell no. Why do I have to lose access because their products couldn't cut it? And it's not right. It's not right. But no one's thinking about that, because many black folks, right, they can't see past the nose on their face. All they thinking about, some of us, the ones that's telling us to do it, all they see is a paycheck. The rest of us, all we doing is finding a new thing to get emotional about, finding a new thing to trip and argue and raise Cain about. And at the end of the day, we're going to be right back shopping in these stores. So what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of putting yourself through the stress? What's the point of, dang, I can't go to Target. And if you really about that DEI life, you won't go to Walmart either. And you won't go to Amazon either. Do you know how many black people live on Amazon? Live up in Walmart buying it. A lot of us got 4 and 5 kids. So for some of us, that's your only option. So I guess those people can't put clothes on their kids' back. Kids walking around in rags with elbows and ankles ashy as hell because mama buy all they clothes and they lotion at Target. What about the black people who live in poorer communities? What about the people down south? You go down south, Walmart is like the mall for them. That's where they go. I'm talking about, bro, they'll get clean to go to Walmart because they might pick up a hot chick. I guess they got to stop shopping at Walmart too. I'm telling you, when I tell you that these harebrained schemes are going to be the end of us, I mean, these harebrained schemes are going to be the end of us. Doing things purely driven by emotion, zero rational or logical thinking involved. And we're just being egged on by a bunch of rich folks. Jamal Bryant is rich. He don't got to worry about shopping at Target or Walmart. He'll still shop there. He'll just do it online. But what about when we try to urge our people to come together and build infrastructure, black infrastructure, where they could sell their products? You remember WeBuyBlack.com? You remember that? You remember the Buy Black movement? You remember when we had put together a listing of all the Black businesses in America and the websites and telephone numbers and emails so that you could get access to those products that they sell? You remember that about 2017? About 2016? We ended it because we wanted to go reparations. We want some reparations. Do you remember that Black infrastructure that we were building that was destroyed and abandoned in the name of reparations and cut the check? Give me a 1 in the comments if you remember that, because I do. I remember it well. I remember it well. But you guys told me, hey, that's no longer important. That's no longer important, Brandon. Now we got to go to reparations. They need to cut the check. And you stop doing for self. You stop building your own to do what we've done for so long at our own expense. We did civil rights all over again. That's what reparations is. It's like the civil rights movement all over again, where Black people give up what they got for access to white folks' economy. We gave up the Buy Black movement only to 10 years later be begging for space in white folks' businesses. We gave up the Buy Black movement only to 10 years later be begging for space in Caucasian-owned businesses. Y'all not tired of going around in a circle chasing your doggone tail? I know I am. That's why I don't do it. If you have a problem with doing business based on their rules, build your own. Somebody said 100 Black-owned businesses. 100 Black-owned banks are now down to 10. It is a good example of the Black boycott movement and the business by race and skin color being ruined. Well, what I'll tell you is there is no boycott greater than the boycott that Black people have waged on Black-owned business for the past 50 or 60 years. You could boycott Target for 10 years straight, and that will pale in comparison to the boycott that we have had against our own businesses for the past 65 plus years. Only businesses we avoid more than we're going to avoid Target are our own. You won't shop in a Black-owned business. They rude. Their customer service is terrible. So you want to go to the white-owned business, but then when they don't do business the way you want them to do business, now you're calling for a boycott of that. Where are you going to shop when you're boycotting everything? You're just going to end up looking dumb, which is the way you look right now, which is the way that Black lady looked when she tried to tell somebody to stop shopping at Target because they no longer carry her garbage ass board game. Has anyone heard of the Like You board game? The name is horrible, first of all. Second of all, no Black people own that. So you can act like Target taking it off the shelf was some type of racist move. Bro, no one's buying it. I don't even know one Black person who even owns that board game. So who's buying it? PP Bob, demographics are changing. Your daughter's boyfriend will be half Hispanic, half Asian graduate from Long Beach Poly. I don't know, maybe. Right. I never heard of it until now either. But if I've never heard of it, why are you mad because Target is getting rid of it? When Target, because when they got on, Black folks, when they got on the shelves of Target, they was like, Ninja, we made it. That's what it's really all about. When they got on the shelves at Target, they was like, we made it. They didn't understand that owning a business and running a successful business means decades of hard work. When something good happens, that doesn't mean you let up and say, oh man, it's all good. No. That's when you double down and work harder. Like right now, I finally got my monetization back on YouTube. Does that mean I'm going to be like, oh man, it's good, I made it? No, I'm going to double down and work harder. And I hope you guys appreciate that work. And I hope you bless me for that work by liking the stream, sharing the content, and contributing to the stream if you are in a position to do so. We worked a year to get that donation button at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, I swear. I worked a year. I spent money to get that donation button back right there. Let's use it, guys. Let's use it. Like the video. Share the video. But it's ridiculous that our people have come so far only to get bogged down in stupidity. You can't force nobody to do business with you. You can't shame nobody into doing business with you. You have to produce a product that someone wants to buy. And then they will come beg you to do business. That's called capitalism. But black folks, too many of us, have become enamored with this idea of socialism. This idea, this fallacy that somehow you can guarantee outcomes. No one can guarantee an outcome for themselves or anyone else. The only thing they can guarantee is that if you put something in, you're going to get something out. If you work hard as hell, you might have 2 nickels to rub together at the end of the day. And I say might. We used to be a hardworking people who didn't want preferential treatment. We just wanted a fair shake. We just wanted a fair shot at getting what everybody else get. We're getting our fair shot now. But a lot of us squander it. And once they've realized, dang, I squandered my opportunity, then all of a sudden they come in to try to shame you for not bending over so they could step on your back and climb up to the next level. Bro, that stuff doesn't work. That might work on your mama or somebody else who you could guilt trip, you could guilt trip. But that ain't going to work on people out here trying to make some money. That ain't going to work out on people trying to feed their family, trying to secure wealth. If I was these people, do you understand that white folks know Black history too? Do you understand that other groups of people come to America and they study Black people and study Black history? The other groups, when they first touched down over here, they studied us. Because we made one of the greatest economic leaps in the history of the world, coming from the fields as slaves to having one of the strongest economies in the world, one of the strongest insulated economies in the world by the 1940s. People watched us. Damn. See them Black people in America? They was just slaves 100 years ago. Look where they are now. They studied us. But we got comfortable. We got comfortable. We started saying, you know what? We don't need to do for self. All we need is to wait for somebody else to do it. And then we'll come steal what they got or come get some of what they got. Shout out to my boy in Kenya, Ali. We'll just come steal what they got. There's this bird. I forgot what the name of the bird is. I need to take some memory pills because I'll be forgetting stuff that I haven't thought about in a long time. This bird basically, it tricks other birds. Okay, it's called the cuckoo bird. Basically, the cuckoo bird tricks other birds into sitting on their eggs until they hatch, right? You know, a bird that lays an egg and then it has to sit on the egg to incubate the egg so the baby can come out. Well, the cuckoo bird tricks other birds into sitting on its eggs, not only sitting on its eggs, but it tricks those other birds into feeding its young. They lay their eggs in the other bird's nest, right? Among that bird's eggs. They push that bird's eggs out of the nest, right? But they leave a couple of that bird's eggs too, so the other bird doesn't get suspicious, right? And that other bird sits on the cuckoo bird's eggs, and when the egg hatches, the cuckoo bird baby is like way bigger than the other hatchlings. But the mother bird, it like works hard as hell to not only feed its young, but it also feeds the cuckoo bird's young, not even realizing, yo, this is not one of mine. That's black folks. We're the world's cuckoo bird, but we're failing. The cuckoo bird is successful. We're failing. We think that we're going to wait for someone else to build something, and then we just going to slide on in at the end and take credit for it. Kind of reminds me of a woman, but let me not go there. Black people have gone from being innovators, hard workers, people who push the envelope, people who were at the tip of the spear when it came to creativity, math, science, engineering, all those good things. Now we just a bunch of Johnny come lately, wanting to take credit for everything on the back end after somebody else did the damn work. And that reputation is beginning to overshadow the reputation that we spent 400 years to build. Your ancestors spent 400 years to build in this country. Now, when people see black people, a lot of them first thing they say, oh, this dude's a grifter. Let's just wait. Let's see when he's going to start begging for something. Whereas before black folks other groups see a black person, they say, oh, this guy looks like a well put together professional man. Let's see what he has to say. Now they just look at us as as a group of con artists for the most part. Oh, watch out for them. Watch out for them. They always trying to find a reason to holler racism, so you got to pay them some money. I won't be surprised when they stop hiring black people. Don't nobody want to hire somebody where they got to walk on eggshells up in their business because this person going to be trying to call OSHA on them and holler racism and everything else. Black folks say, I can't get a job. I can't find an apartment to live in. Do they ever consider that another black person done ruined it for you before you ever got there? Do you ever think about that? I know I do. I know I do. There's an apartment right next to me. This black lady lived there with her son, her grown, no good, lazy son. They lived there for about 2 years, I would say. Recently, they moved out. So I went up, climbed the steps. I'm being nosy and shit. I go up in the apartment. The apartment is wrecked. The apartment is wrecked. Walls all messed up. Oh my God, it smelled like a toilet up in there. Carpet all ripped up. I'm like, it was 2 people living here, 2 adults. How did this apartment get in this horrible shape? The homie just told me about the same situation in the apartments where he lives. Some black folks lived above him. He said the landlord went up in there, holes all in the wall, bathroom mirror all shattered, shit ripped down, cabinets falling off the. I'm sure the landlord went in there and was like, how the hell do you destroy an apartment to this extent? Not only am I sure they lost their deposit, but do you think this guy's going to just be itching to rent to another black person after that experience? And don't get it twisted. White folks do the same thing. And I'm sure most landlords know that. But what I'm telling you is you don't even give them an excuse to discriminate against you. That's what other groups do. Other groups experience discrimination. Asians, Mexicans, even white people experience it. But what you do is when you go into any situation, you go in understanding that you're representing more than just you. And that is what I think other groups have mastered that African American people have yet to comprehend. You're not just representing you. So everything you do can either open a door for another black person or it can close a door for another black person. Maybe you should act accordingly, according to knowledge. Shout out to D. Ross for being our first contributor to the show, hitting us with the $5 holler on Cash App. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it. It means a lot. But this is what I think about when I think about this Target boycott mess. Listen, man, you had a good run. They gave you an opportunity. Maybe you didn't work hard enough. Maybe you stopped investing in your brand. Once you made it to Target, you thought your stuff was just going to start flying off the shelves, and it didn't. Because there is no way in hell Target was about to get rid of a product that was selling. Target has to figure out how it's going to keep its doors open. They're competing with Walmart, Five Below, you name it, Kohl's, all these places. They're struggling to keep their head above water. Why would they carry your dead weight? And why would you shame someone who gave you an opportunity because the situation has changed and they've decided to move on from whatever you're trying to sell? The only response these black companies should have, thank you for the opportunity. I want y'all all to practice saying that when things don't go your way. Thank you for the opportunity. That's all you need to say. Salvage your pride. Salvage your dignity. Thank you for the opportunity. Sometimes that's all that needs to be said. I say it myself, and I tell other people to say that. Every time things don't go your way, you ain't got to act a fool and raise Cain. You ain't got to go talk about the person and badmouth the person later on. I mean, because things didn't go your way. Just like Agriculture just said, show some damn gratitude. And if you show gratitude, things might work out for you. You never know. They might have another opportunity for you later on. And if they don't, that's fine too. But it embarrasses me that black business owners who reach the level that most black business owners will never reach can't show a better example. Can't be mature and take the high road and do business. That's called doing business. Look, man, when you're doing business, everything don't always work out. I remember one time I'm telling stories now. I remember one time I bred this dog, right? I had a dog and I mated it. The dog had 6 puppies. All the puppies died except for one. They died a few minutes after they was born. I don't know what it was. It was a freak thing. All the puppies died except one. And the guy who I made it my dog with, I owed him half of the litter. Like, whatever comes out, I'm gonna give you half the litter. You're gonna be able to do what you want to with it. Bro, I had one puppy. I called the guy, said, you know what? 6 puppies was born, 5 of the puppies died. The puppy that survived is yours. I accepted the loss. That dude said, nah, man, you go ahead and keep that puppy. You the one who did all the work, taking care of the dog these 2 months and all that, feeding her and all that. You take that puppy, sell it, and get what you can for it. Sometimes if you do the right thing, right? If you do the right thing, good things happen. If you just show gratitude and you're honest, good things happen. Boys all up in Brandon Berry. PP, Brandon, you're right. When you lay up with your wife, you should always show gratitude, since few females will accept a dude that talks a lot. Dang, that's crazy. But yeah. So that's just my message. But I want to talk about this other situation involving my guy, Elon Musk. What's up with people trying to destroy Elon Musk? What's up with all these liberal woke people? They got all this beef with Elon Musk now. They're over here in California. They boycotting Elon Musk, boycotting Tesla. And I'm looking at these folks like, what the hell is going on? What do you what are you winning? What are you going to gain from boycotting Elon Musk?
Stop attacking workers now! Stop attacking workers now! Up with the workers! Up with the workers! Justice or peace? Elon Musk is a thief! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! Stop the billionaires! Stop the billionaires! Elon Musk, shame on you! Elon Musk, shame on you! Money for jobs and education! Money for jobs and education! Not for greedy corporations! Not for greedy corporations! Money for jobs and education! Money for jobs and education! Not for racist deportation! Not for racist deportation!
So now, if you deport people, you're racist. Elon Musk is a Nazi. And somehow Elon Musk holding the government accountable and working to make our government more efficient is racist? Are they saying it's racist? That's taking money away from jobs and education? I really don't understand that. But these guys are out here trying to destroy Elon Musk. Apparently shares in his company, Tesla, are down, right? And I see people all over the internet they're celebrating. Yeah, shares are down for Tesla. Once you take down Tesla, then what? And what really blows my mind is just 3-4 years ago, these same people were praying that they could get a Tesla. A Tesla was on everybody's Christmas list. All these woke liberal lunatics, a Tesla was on their Christmas list. How do you benefit from destroying Elon Musk? That's my only question. What do you gain from the downfall of Elon Musk? A guy who pays the most taxes in America. Oh, I get it. I get it. So when you tear down Elon Musk and Tesla, and they're no longer able to make a Tesla, you'll get to buy an electric vehicle from a Chinese company who cares even less about what you think, doesn't pay any taxes to your country, and is under a government that's committing all types of atrocities that you can do nothing about. Make that make sense to me. How does tearing down Elon Musk benefit you? I'm just lost on it. Not only that, These folks are going as far as to vandalize the cars of Tesla owners. They're destroying people's personal property all over America. People are doing all types of crazy things to Tesla owners' cars. They're literally targeting Cybertrucks. My question is, the thing that boggles my mind about this situation is the same people who were calling January 6 protesters terrorists for destroying things at the Capitol building, they're now destroying people's private property. And they're calling themselves freedom fighters. They're saying they're standing up against Nazis. Where are the Nazis, bro? There's no Nazis in America. Where? Oh, Brandon, somebody told me I'm a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite because when January 6th, I said January 6th was public property. That's our shit. Vandalizing a Tesla is vandalizing someone's private property. That's their shit. And what gives you the right? What gives you the right to destroy someone else's private property because they don't agree with you? That's my question. What gives you the right to destroy someone else's private property because they don't agree with your politics? We're a bizarre world, man.
Tesla's stock was hit hard with its steepest drop in 5 years. CEO Elon Musk's controversial role in the White House causing fallout for the company.
And for some who drive Teslas as well. Our Charlie DeMar spoke with a repair shop and drivers about the impact.
Oh, hey, oh, Elon Musk has got to go.
Weekend protests at the Chicago Gold Coast Tesla dealership were peaceful. In New York, there were arrests after a demonstration at a Tesla showroom. Last week in Oregon, the windows of a dealership were shattered by bullets. And in Massachusetts, a Tesla charging station went up in flames.
Us Tesla drivers are a little bit under attack.
Back in Chicago, Ed, who asked us not to use his last name, was parked on Lakeshore Drive last month when he says his blue Tesla was vandalized, with a clear message to Tesla's co-founder, Elon Musk.
And I look and I see in giant white spray painted letters, F Elon. You could probably fill in the blank. For what? It didn't affect Elon, and it's something that I had to deal with.
I've seen a lot of vandalism cases over the years, but this one might take the cake.
The profane graffiti was buffed out at Richard's Body Shop in Albany Park.
They're getting vandalized just for no reason, just because they're driving Teslas.
Thank you. This is a lifesaver today.
Owner Eddie Zipperstein says what happened to Ed's blue Tesla is not isolated. A Tesla owner and now customer recently sent Zipperstein this video taken in Chicago that shows a white Chevy hitting the bumper, backing up, and then accelerating again, damaging the car. The driver gets out and walks away.
In Chicago, yes, when parking, sometimes bumpers kiss.
That was not a kiss. That was intentional. That one was, they sped back up and rammed right into him intentionally.
The owner of this body shop says he's not only fixed vandalized Teslas, he's also been targeted for owning one.
Yeah, this is my car and I see it, I get it myself. The kind of car you drive shouldn't be like a reason to get attacked.
Ed says ultimately it's Tesla owners like him suffering the consequences, not Elon Musk.
If you're trying
And what I don't understand is the majority of the people who buy Teslas are liberals by far. They vote Democrat. They supported Joe Biden. They support Kamala Harris. They support the green energy climate change hoax stuff. So you're attacking your own people. And then they say, oh yeah, Elon Musk, his stock took a hard hit because of his position in politics. No, maybe it took a hard hit because no one wants to buy a Tesla because they don't want to buy a new car and have it vandalized by some idiot because he's mad because he doesn't like Elon Musk. Like, make that make sense. That has nothing to do with the demand for the car. They're literally assaulting people's vehicles to drive demand down so they can say, see, nobody wants to buy that. That's illegal. That's criminal activity. That's straight up criminal activity. And people are celebrating it. Oh, Brandon, what about the January 6th? This is nothing near January 6th. Someone put their blood, sweat, and tears so they could drive one of these $70,000, $100,000 cars. And you're mad, so you come up and you destroy or vandalize their car. But this is the world we all want to live in. Clearly, this is the world that makes sense to us. I buy something with my hard-earned money, and somebody, because they don't like who I voted for or don't like most of these people didn't even vote for Donald Trump, so they could just destroy my stuff.
Trying to make an impact or make a statement, do something more productive. Be an activist. Get out there and spread your message in a more positive way. Don't affect a random person and spray paint graffiti on their car.
Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Chicago.
But that's the problem. These people are activists. They're actually terrorists. That's what they really are. They're terrorists. They're trying to scare you into capitulating to their ideas, to their demands. They're trying to make you fearful. React to what they have to say and do what they say out of fear. That's exactly what they're doing. I don't know why I feel like I'm the only one who sees that. But do you think they'll do anything about it? No. Because everyone has this thing in their mind like, oh, liberals, they're harmless. They're just innocent. No, they're not. No, they are not. And I'm going to tell you, these people are getting more deranged. And they're getting more psychotic as time goes on. I want to share this story with you. Tell me if you heard about this one. I got you, Hakeem, here in a second. Tell me if you heard about this one.
Harder, but you need to try less being like somebody you're not and start to humble yourself and be somebody that God made you to be. He didn't make a man to be a woman. He made the man to be a man. He didn't make the woman to be a man. He made the woman to be a woman. And this is the truth. What are you going to do? Come attack me now? I should.
Of course. Did you hear about this one? Did you hear about the transgender who pulled the gun on the pastor and on the street preacher? I believe this was in San Francisco. Did you hear about this one? These people are getting more deranged. They don't want freedoms for you. They want freedom for them at your expense. This guy pulled out a gun on a street preacher because he didn't like what the guy had to say. But I thought the left and the weirdos were about freedom of speech. I thought they were about peace and empathy and understanding. Somebody must have told me wrong. Somebody must have told me wrong.
Hey, man, it's up to you. If you want to pull that on me, well, God bless you. So you just threatened me with a gun. You just pulled a gun on my face. Man, Lord have mercy on you. This means that you don't even know who you are.
And the people around are telling him to shut the F up and calling him stupid and calling him names like he's the criminal. They said nothing when that transgender pulled a gun on him and stuck it in his face. But when the transgender coward runs away, all of a sudden he's stupid. He needs to shut the F up. It's just like, is this bizarro world? A dude in a dress pulled a gun on you. Bro, I wish that would have been me. I'd have broke his damn arm off. I probably would have got arrested for a hate crime, actually. I'd have broke his damn arm off. I would have been the last person he ever thought about pulling a gun on. And the dude didn't act scared. You know, he believes in what he's saying. But they're telling us, oh, you conservatives, you're the violent terrorist insurrectionists. But like we already know, everything they are, they try to project onto others. Shout out to my boy Hakeem. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. It's like being set on fire for wearing Tommy Hilfiger. It's 100% like that. It's like being black and a bunch of black people set you on fire because you're wearing Tommy Hilfiger, based on something that Tommy Hilfiger never even said.
Nope, I still love you. Even though you pulled a gun on me, I still love you. I still bless you.
I'm telling you, everything these people accuse others of being, they are themselves. That's why when I hear these liberals, they're talking to me and stuff, I'm like, I'm not believing any of that soft crap. Show yourself for the demon you really are, trying to control other people. Someone who will probably be willing to commit violence if they think it means they'll get their way. It's not okay. It's not cool, and it's not okay. But this is the world that we live in. This is the world that we apparently want to live in. Someone doesn't agree with you, destroy their car. Pull a gun on them. And as you're destroying their car and shoving a gun in their face, you can call them a hateful bigot and a xenophobe. It's so bad. You have judges. You have judges going after the president for deporting illegal immigrants. Like, you wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I want to save those poor illegal immigrants. Let me go halt the deportations. After these dudes is committing all types of heinous crimes. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. And when you get done destroying your country, destroying major companies within your country, and sacrificing your country to the illegal criminal alien migrants from Venezuelan gangs and mental institutions, then what? That's my question. When people do things, nothing is altruistic. They're doing it because it benefits them in some way. But when I look at these people, I say, how does it benefit you? It doesn't benefit them. It benefits the politicians who have brainwashed them. See, the politicians are getting paid by the drug cartels who fund the Hispanic and the South America, the Latina voter super PACs, right? So they're benefiting. But how does the average everyday American benefit from it? How do black people benefit from it? The main group hollered about racism and discrimination every doggone day. The same group, well, if you live in California, oh man, the Mexicans at my job, man, they set me up and got me fired. They want to get rid of me so they can hire their cousin Tito. Okay. But you're voting for Tito to come into the country illegally so they can then fire you and give them your job. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So guys, what else? Oh, we were supposed to talk about the deal with Putin. Donald Trump continues to win, continues to do what he said he was going to do. He was on the phone with Putin the day before yesterday, and they were on the phone for over an hour. And during that hour, Vladimir Putin agreed to basically an energy ceasefire. A lot of people were like, what is an energy?
We actually do have some more breaking news to take you
out. A lot of people were asking, what is an energy and infrastructure ceasefire? Well, an energy and infrastructure ceasefire means Vladimir Putin will not attack Ukrainian energy producing installations or Ukrainian buildings for 30 days, right? He'll still shoot soldiers. He'll still blow up little green men, but he will not basically do anything that will further damage the country of Ukraine. Because people, I hope you guys understand, once the war's over, this basically a huge part of Ukraine is going to have to get rebuilt. So right now you can tell that they're setting everything up for the end of the war because they're stopping some of the more costly damage, right? Even though human life is the greatest cost. But ain't nobody trying to rebuild buildings that they could avoid having that they could have avoided having blown up by simply appealing to reason. So Vladimir Putin agrees to sign a energy and infrastructure ceasefire. Let's tap in.
So we actually do have some more breaking news to take you out to before we head back to New York City and the protesters inside Trump Tower. This pertains to the Russia-Ukraine war, as Vladimir Putin is now agreeing with a U.S. proposal for a ceasefire in principle. So this is coming in from the Associated Press. I'm going to read it word for word for you. Breaking: Russian President Vladimir Putin said that he agrees in principle with a U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire in Ukraine, but those terms do still need to be worked out. So again, another developing story here that we are just going to bring you the latest details as we are just learning this. He said this in a press conference. So here's that quote from Putin. It says, quote, "So the idea itself is correct and we certainly support it, but there are issues that we need to discuss. And I think that we need to discuss it with our American colleagues and partners." Putin also noted the need to develop a mechanism to control possible breaches of the truce. Another issue, he said, is whether Ukraine could use the 30-day ceasefire to continue mobilization. Here's another quote from him. He says, "We agree with the proposals to halt the fighting, but we proceed from the assumption that the ceasefire should lead to lasting peace and remove the root causes of the crisis." Putin also saying that while it appeared that the U.S. persuaded Ukraine to accept a ceasefire, Ukraine is interested in that because of the battlefield situation, noting that Ukrainian troops that launched an incursion into Russia's region would be fully blocked in the coming days. He said, "In these conditions, I believe it would be good for the Ukrainian side to secure a ceasefire for at least 30 days. If you are just joining us on Live Now from Fox, we are bringing you this breaking news that Russian President Vladimir Putin agreeing in principle with a U.S. proposal for a ceasefire. We do have even more information on this. At this press briefing, Putin thanked U.S. President Donald Trump for, quote, paying so much attention to the settlement in Ukraine. He also thanked the leaders of China, India, Brazil, and South Africa for their, quote, noble mission to end the fighting to casualties. Russia has said it will not accept peacemakers from any NATO members to monitor a prospective truce. This is all a breaking news update here on Live Now from Fox, keeping you updated on all of this as we do learn more. If you are just...
So Donald Trump is he's on the cusp of ending another global conflict. I mean, this guy that everyone keeps telling me is an evil Zionist and he wants war and he's going to start World War III. All I see is this guy ending wars. Oh, he's Putin's puppet. Did you guys know that Donald Trump a couple of days ago, do you know that he threatened Putin with more economic sanctions if he didn't come to the table for peace talks with Ukraine? Did you know that? Did you know that Donald Trump threatened Putin with more economic sanctions if he didn't come to the table for peace talks with Ukraine? Oh, but he's Putin's puppet. Oh, he's Putin's puppet. No. Donald Trump is not Putin's puppet. Donald Trump is the person who Putin knows ain't playing no damn games. Do you understand? And the people who benefit from war, like Germany, they're mad about this. They're mad that Donald Trump is getting Putin to come to the table for peace talks. Trump-Putin call is dismissed as a flop by the German defense minister. That's a title that's as laughable as a used dirt salesman. Bro, like, what defense? Germany ain't got no army that's going to do nothing in the event of a war. It's crazy how the weakest countries always are the most rowdiest, ready to start a war, because they know stronger countries will come to defend them. Do you understand? Understand that. Understand that. But this is what they don't want you to see. They don't want you to see that peace is possible. They want you to think war is the only option, because that's the only option that benefits them. Let's keep them fighting. I want to show you guys this because it happened 6 days ago, actually. Let me see if I can get this. Dang. I hate when they put these ads at the top. They must know people like me are going to use their stuff. Let me see if I can show it to you. Here we go. Okay, so you should be able to see that. If you can see that, it says in this bottom corner, it says Donald Trump threatens Vladimir Putin with devastation if he doesn't back Ukraine peace deal. It would be very bad for Russia. Does that sound like someone who's someone's puppet to you? That doesn't sound like someone who's someone's puppet to me. That doesn't sound like someone who's someone's puppet to me. What kind of puppet is threatening you with devastation? But Putin knows Donald Trump's not playing. He knows that Trump is just crazy enough to do it. Right here. Everyone agrees. Putin wants that phone call with Trump. Let's play this.
State Department spokeswoman Tammy Bruce joined us earlier to discuss Trump launching those attacks.
People are wondering, it's like, finally, we're striking back. This has been going on for a very long time. The previous administration has done pinprick responses when the Houthis have attacked. But this is the first time that there is a real, genuine attack that is meant to have this stop. It affects the entire world, that shipping framework where countries have had to go all the way around Africa in order to get into where it is they need to really be moving. And this is unacceptable in the civilized world. These are pirates controlling a section of the world that affects all of us, and it's going to end.
Well, Katie McFarland joins us this morning, the perfect person to talk about this. And Katie, the Trump administration taking action here where Joe Biden certainly didn't, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's good for a bunch of reasons. It's good because you want to take out the threat that the Houthis present against world shipping. You know, as Tammy very wisely pointed out, it's a massive expense for everybody to have to send all the goods, especially the goods that are going from the U.S. to Europe, Europe to Asia, all the way around the southern coast of Africa. But it has another effect, which is it's got to take a lot of attention away from the Joe Biden, we're going to placate, then we're going to do the pinpricks, we're not really going to respond, we don't want anybody to get upset. And Donald Trump comes in and he bombs him and he knocks him out. Now, what does that mean? When Donald Trump did that in his first term, remember, just a few weeks into his presidency, he bombed the Syrian airfields that were being used to chemical weapons against the Syrian people. Trump didn't threaten anybody. He just did it. And he did it while, surprise attack, while he was having dinner with the Chinese president. So what happens after that? Well, you didn't hear anything from the Syrians in the entire Trump presidency. They were tamped down. The Russians didn't invade anybody during the Trump presidency. Iran didn't give the go ahead to its proxies to attack Israel. And then you got a very favorable trade agreement with China. Here's what happens when a president does this kind of decisive, bold action early in his term, especially when the previous president was so weak and ineffective. Everybody in the world takes notice, and the president gets an awful lot of respect and a lot of fear from the potential adversaries.
Exactly.
I mean, it's only clear. You know, you project strength, right? People are going to respect you. People are going to say, you know what? Let's not mess with this guy. This guy means business. You think Putin's not paying attention to that? He's like, look, man, here goes this dude. Here he back at it. In the same respect that Trump had in his first term, Trump is going to get in his second term. But Vladimir Putin has come to the table for peace talks. So now all the people who were saying, oh, Putin will never agree to that back when Volodymyr Zelensky was in the White House after he agreed to sign the peace deal, the ceasefire, and then he gets in there and tries to set Donald Trump up and try to launch a infomercial for more money, for more American taxpayer dollars to go to his cause. You know, everyone swore, oh, Putin's never gonna agree to that. They use that to make themselves feel better. But now Putin has come to the table for peace talks. He's ready. He's ready to do it. What excuse do they have now? Putin's going to take over the rest of Europe, right? Somebody just told me that the other day. Putin, what's going to stop Putin from taking the rest of Europe? I don't think Vladimir Putin wants the rest of Europe. I think Vladimir Putin wants, what was it? Is it Donbass? What was it that he invaded? Crimea. I think Putin wants to keep Crimea. He's already got it, but I think he wants to keep it. And I think that's all he wants. And I think the people in Crimea want to be a part of Russia because they were already a part of Russia. And that area was gifted to Ukraine as a sign of Ukrainian and Russian unity back in 1953, when Ukraine was a part of the USSR. And when Ukraine left the USSR, Russia was like, we want our shit back. And Ukraine like, nah, we gonna keep this because of support. No. They want it back. But none of what these people say is true to me. Every time they say something, you do a little research or a little time passes by and it turns out that they were lying, that they were trying to twist the truth in an effort to be deceptive, to deceive you. And then they say, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, we were wrong. Let's go on to the next thing. And I'm tired of that, because how long are we going to let the liberals, the Democrats, how long are we going to let these people lie and play in our face and get away with it? Because if you let somebody take shots at you for too long, eventually one of those shots is going to hit you. You got to stand up and be like, hell no, we ain't doing this no more. But it's good to see that in a world where the quote unquote peacemakers, the peaceful, innocent liberals are revealing themselves to be bloodthirsty warmongers, it's good to see that we have a president who is truly about peace. It's good to see that we have a president that is truly dedicated to ending these global conflicts. Because we can't keep going on like this. You can't go on like this forever. And that's why I used to be so pissed at Joe Biden and the people that voted for him. Just an old senile warmonger with a bunch of shadowy figures controlling everything. pretending like he's in charge, old pop. But guys, I'm gonna end up having to do another live stream. Some major news broke just a few minutes ago. My homie just actually hit me about it, and I got to talk about it. I gotta talk about it. So I'm most likely gonna be back with you guys later on. Did I miss anybody? I got my boy Hakeem super chat, right? Yeah, I got that. I hope I didn't miss anyone. But I'm about to get out of here. I hope you all have a good rest of the day. Those of you who are done with work, have a good night. Those of you who are still at work on my end in Cali, have a good rest of the day. The day is almost over. You're almost at the point where you can get off work and go battle traffic. Me, I need to get some food. I am starving. I'm so doggone hungry. It's not even funny. But I'm going to be back to break some crazy news. And you guys are going to enjoy this. This is about black folks. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching this. I appreciate every single thing you do for me in this channel. Till the next time, peace.